Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So what did we learn in the previous classes? From the topic measurement, we've learned about length. How do we measure lengths using a scale or a ruler? And also we have learned how do we measure the lengths of long distances and short distances. We've learned how to convert meters into centimeters and also how to convert kilometers into meters. All these came under the topic of measuring the length. What was it? Measuring the length. In today's class, we are going to learn about how do we measure the mass. Mass is nothing but the weight of the given objects. What is mass here? Mass is nothing but the weight. Gram is the standard unit of mass in the metric system. Do you remember the metric system, children? It was the standard system which was introduced by the French people. Yes, children. Yes, so in this metric system, the standard unit that we use for measuring mass of the given objects is grams. It is nothing but grams, and it is written as G. For meters, we've used the letter M to represent meters. In the same way, for grams, it is written as G. Now again, in the meters we had kilometers and centimeters. Kilometers was for larger distances. In the same way, for grams we have kilogram. Kilogram is a bigger unit of mass and it is written as kg. See children, we have kilometers and then meters. In the same way, we have kilograms and grams. Kilograms is represented by the letters kg and grams is represented by the letter g. Here kilometers is bigger than meters. In the same way, kilograms are bigger than our grams. Different types of measuring instruments or machines are used to weigh different objects. Weigh means to find out the weight. To find out the weight of different objects, what do? We use different types of measuring instruments or machines. Now to find out the length of given objects, we used either a scale or ruler, or else we have learned that a measuring tape is also used to measure the length or distance. In the same way, to weigh a given object, that is to find out the mass or weight, we have different instruments like this. You might have seen this if you go to a vegetable market, children, or to a grocery store, that is a kirana store. Yes, there we have this kind of, mostly these are used in vegetable markets, these type of balances. This is called as balance. Simple balance. This is called as pan balance. Yes, in this, in one we put the weight and in the other pan or in the other plate we put the vegetables or the objects that we want to weight. Yes children, when this weight is equal to the weight of the vegetables or the objects, then this will be balanced. It will be in a straight line. Okay, understood. What do we do in the balance? We put weight in one plate. Suppose if I want to buy 500 grams of apples. Yes, then in this pan I will put up 500 grams. We will have stones. Yes children, if you ever went to a vegetable market, you can observe that they will have some stones like this with the markings of 500 grams, 1 kg, 2 kg, 250 grams. So depending on that, now I want 500 grams. So I'll place 500 grams in this plate, and in the other plate, what do I want? I want apples. So they'll place apples here. When both these plates are in a straight line like this, when they both are balanced, then it means that my weight of apples here is equal to 500 grams. Is equal to 500 grams. Understood children? So this is called as a simple balance, and it is called, this one is called as a pan balance. This is called as pan balance. These are the names of the measuring instruments. Just like we have scale and measuring tape for measuring length, we have simple balance and pan balance. But these two balances can weigh objects only from 1 gram to 10 kilograms. If I have an object which weighs more than 10 kilograms, suppose if it weighs 15 kilograms, okay, I cannot use these two balances to weigh because their capacity, that means they can weigh up to only 10 kgs. If the weight of the object is more than 10 kgs, then we cannot weigh the object using our simple balance and our pan balance. We have, again, apart from those simple balance and pan balance, we have simple shop scale. This is the simple shop scale. Yes, these nowadays these are more common. Nowadays in the shops you can see these type of weighing machines or scales. They are also called as scales or weighing machines. Now this can be used to measure objects from 1 kgs to 1 gram to 35 kilograms. It can handle the weight of the objects from 1 gram to 35 kilograms. And this one is the digital weighing machine, and it can be used to weigh the objects from 1 kilogram to 30 kilogram. 1 kilogram to 30 kilogram. And now this one here, as you can see, is called as a platform scale. What is it called as a children? It is called as platform scale. And this can be used to weigh objects from 1 kilogram to 1000 kilogram. See, from all the measuring instruments that we have seen, so simple balance, pan balance, simple shop scale and digital weighing scale and platform scale, this is the highest capacity. This has the highest weighing capacity. It can weigh objects from 1 kilogram to 1000 kilograms. So if you have any heavy weighing objects, you can use our platform scale to measure the weight of the object. Yes children, and these the remaining, that is simple shop scale, digital weighing machine, simple balance and pan balance, can be used to weigh the objects of smaller weights. Now when we measure the mass of an object, we weigh the object. Most of the shops these days use digital scale. The mass of the item is displayed on it once the item is kept on the pan of the machine. Now if what I said earlier, if you recall, in this balance, both the simple balance and pan balance work in the same way. What should we do? We should put the weight in one pan, and in the other pan we'll put the objects that we want to weigh. Yes, so we have to make sure that, or we have to balance these two plates so that the weight will be equal. Yes, but in case of digital weighing machine or digital scales, yes, nowadays many of the shops are using these digital scales. Why are they using these digital scales? Because these scales are easier to use. If you observe or if you recall from your shopping experiences, what happens children when we go to any supermarkets or again any grocery store? Yes, they will just place the objects on this scale. This is our scale here, or also weighing machine. This instrument is called as weighing scale or also a weighing machine. Now as soon as we put the objects onto the scale, the weight will be displayed here. Yes or no children? You can see in number, the numbers automatically appear. It tells us what is the exact mass or weight of the objects placed on the machine. It is very easy, right? Whereas in a balance, we have to first put the weight in one pan and then again put the number of put the objects in the other pan. Suppose if sometimes what happens sometimes is, see children, this is our balance, right? Now in this I am having weight and in this I am having objects. Sometimes this side, that is the side with the weight, goes up. That means I am having the weight of the objects is more. The weight of the objects is more. And sometimes this weight goes down. That means here the weight of the objects is less. Understood? So like this you have to balance. If it goes down, then you have to add a few more objects or few more apples to get the weight balanced. Now if this weight goes up, is this side of the pan goes up, then we have to remove some apples from the other plate so that the weight balances. So when we are using balances, it is a little bit difficult. We have to keep on adjusting the weight. But whereas using the digital scales, the measuring part becomes easy. We simply have to place the objects on the scale and the weight will be displayed on the screen. The small shopkeepers use the simple balance. Karan and Meena went to the vegetable market. Karan bought 1 kg tomatoes and 2 cauliflowers of 500 grams each. He kept the cauliflowers on the left pan and the tomatoes on the right pan and showed Meena that they were equal. Compare the weight of the objects in both the pans, children. In one pan, what do we have? We have cauliflowers. 2 cauliflowers of 500 grams each. So what will be the total weight of cauliflowers? It would be 2 into 500. Yes, each cauliflower is of 500 grams and we have 2 such cauliflowers. So the total weight would be 2 into 500. That is nothing but 1000 grams. Now coming to the other pan, he kept our tomatoes. How many tomatoes did we take? We took 1 kg of tomatoes. Again, if you remember children, while converting from while converting from kilometers to meters, what was the relationship here? 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. In the same way, 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. Understood? As we have 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters, in the same way we have 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. So here 1 kilogram means how much, children, in terms of grams? It is nothing but 1000 grams. So the weight of both is equal. The weight of 2 cauliflowers of 500 grams each is nothing but 1000 grams, and the weight of tomatoes is 1 kg, that is also nothing but our 1000 grams. Now are these two equal or not? Yes, they both are equal. So whatever the shopkeeper has said that they both the quantities are equal, it is true. It is correct. In both the pans we have 1000 grams, that is nothing but 1 kg. Now 1 kg is equal to 500 grams plus 500 grams. Yes, so this is, and 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. Yes, this is the relationship between 1 kilogram and grams. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. Now what if we want to convert 5 kgs into grams? 5 kilograms into grams. Now 5 kilograms is nothing but 1 kilogram plus 1 kilogram plus 1 kilogram and plus 1 kilogram here. This is how much, children? 5 into 1 kilogram. This is nothing but 5 into 1 kilogram. So we already know the value of 1 kilogram in grams. So instead of writing 1 kg, we will write our 1000 grams. 5 into 1000 grams is equal to 5000 grams. Is this clear, children? 5 kgs is nothing but our 5000 grams. So from this what can we conclude? We can conclude that to convert a mass that is in kilograms into grams, multiply it by 1000. Multiply it by 1000. It is the same as converting what? Converting kilometers into meters. If you are perfect with converting kilometers into meters, you can convert the given kilograms into grams, children. The relationship is same here. We have to multiply by 1000 in both the cases. Let us convert some measurements given in kilograms into grams. 4 kilograms is equal to, again how do? We have to multiply it by 1000. 4 into 1000 is equal to 4000 grams. Again, don't forget to put the G here, children. G here means grams. As we have converted the quantity into grams, it's important that you place the letter G. Now next, 10 kilograms is equal to, again 10 multiplied by 1000 will give us 10,000 grams. Coming to the example 3, 7 kgs and 250 grams. Yes children, we've already done a similar problem while converting kilometers into meters. Suppose this was 7 kilometers and 250 meters. What did you do? You kept the 250 meters as it is, and only this 7 kilometers we multiplied by 1000. Yes, in the same way even here these 7 kgs. So 7 has to be multiplied by 1000 grams plus our 250 grams is written as it is. Why? Because it is already in grams, we will not multiply it with anything. Now 7 into 1000 is equal to 7000 plus 250. When we add, we have 7250. And what is the unit of measurement? Are these kilograms? No, these are now grams. We have multiplied by 1000. So the answer is in grams now. And coming to the last example, 12 kg is 75 grams. Again children, here 12 is in kilograms. So we'll multiply it by 1000 plus 75 grams as it is. 12 into 1000 is equal to 12,000 plus our 75 grams. We have 57021. 12,075 grams. Remember to put the G here. 12,075 grams is our answer. I hope the conversion of measurements from kilograms to grams is clear for you. Now let us look at some exercise here. Write the correct unit, that is grams, milligrams or kilograms to weigh the following items. In meters children, what did we have? We had kilometers, meters and centimeters. In the same way for mass, we have kilograms, grams and milligrams. Instead of centimeter, we have milligrams here. Just as we have used a kilometer for very long distances, we use a kilogram for very heavy objects. We use meter for just short distances. In the same way, we use grams for normal weighing quantities. And when it comes to centimeter, it was used for measuring very short distances. So in the same way, milligrams are used to weigh very small objects, that is very light objects. And coming to the relationship, is it there for you? No. But I am explaining, when we have 1 gram and we want to convert it into milligrams. For centimeters, we had 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Yes, what did we have? We had 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. But here 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligrams. Is this clear children? 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters, but 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligrams. Again, let us revise. We are having 3 measurements for weighing the mass. The standard unit of measurement is grams, and in that we have kilograms, grams and milligrams. Kilograms is for the very heavy objects, grams is for normal weighing objects and milligrams is for very light objects or very small objects which has very less mass. Now what is the relationship here? 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams and also 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligrams. These are the 2 points that you have to understand from the topic of measurement of mass. What is it? 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams and 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligrams. M for M-I-L-L-I, milli. G for grams, G-R-A-M-S. Kilograms, grams and milligrams. Okay children? Now let us look at the objects given here. First we have rice. Yes, whenever we go for buying rice, if you observe in your houses or if you ask your mother, she will tell you that we always buy rice in kilograms. Like we buy 25 kg of rice at once. We buy rice in large quantities. So, the unit of measurement for rice would be kilograms. Next up we have, what do we have? Pumpkin. What is pumpkin children? Pumpkin is a vegetable. Now when we go for buying vegetables, what is the unit of measurement that we use? We buy the vegetable in terms of grams. Yes, we buy 500 grams, 250 grams or something. So the vegetables are mostly measured in grams, and if you are buying very large quantities of vegetables, you can measure them in kilograms. Now next we have strawberry. Now again, what is strawberry? Strawberry is a fruit. Again, while buying fruits, we buy them in grams. Yes children, we buy them in grams. The weight is measured in terms of grams. So G becomes our correct answer here. Then we have a bag of sugar. A bag of sugar means huge quantity of sugar. When you have such huge quantities, what do we use? We use kilograms as a measure. Yes, so kilograms, that is kg, becomes our answer. And lastly, we are having few medicines children, pills. Yes, if you observe the weight of the medicines, it will be very small. Medicines are very light, right? Even if you take 10-20 pills, these are called as pills, each tablet or pills. Yes, even if you take each 10 or 20 tablets or pills together, they'll be very light in weight. So what is the unit that we use for measuring these light medicines? Mg. Yes, mg is nothing but our milligrams. So for heavier objects we use kilograms, for lighter ones we use milligrams, and for normally we use grams to measure the weight of the given items. Next we have question number 2. Convert the following weights from kilograms to grams. Now here we have kilograms children. We need to convert them into grams. What is the relationship between kilograms and grams? 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. Yes, 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. So when we want to convert the given measure, which is in kilograms, into grams, what should we do? We should multiply by 1000. Yes, when we multiply the given kilograms value by 1000, the answer we get will be in grams. If you look at the questions, first one is 3 kilograms. Now how to convert this into grams children? 3 into 1000, that is nothing but 3000 grams. Don't forget to mention the G in the answer. 3 kilograms is equal to 3000 grams. Coming to question B, 8 kilograms. Again it is nothing but 8 into 1000 grams, that is equal to 8000 grams. 8 into 1000 grams, that is nothing but our 8000 grams. The next one is 19 kilograms. Now again 19 kilograms is nothing but 19 into 1000 grams, that is equal to 19,000 grams. And lastly, we have 11 kilograms and 675 grams here, children. See this, first we'll write it as, I'll write here 11 kilograms plus 675 grams. And here we have the measure in terms of kilograms. So we'll multiply by 1000 plus 675 grams is already in grams, so we'll leave it as it is. 11 into 1000 is 11,000 grams plus our 675 grams. Now when we add these two together, the answer would be 11,675 grams. Is this clear, children? Converting the weights from kilograms to grams. And the last question for today, given below are the pictures of weights. Which weights will you use to weigh the objects given? Now we are having few weights here. What are they? This is 100 grams, 200 grams, 500 grams, 1 kg, 2 kg and 5 kg. So these are the weights that we have, children. Again, if you remember from the balance, from the simple balance and pan balance, what did I say? We put these weights in one pan and the object in the other pan. Yes, the weight of these stones and also the weight of the objects should be equal. So if you look at the first question here, we are having a 3 kg watermelon. Now to weigh this, what should we put? Here, do we have any weight that says 3 kgs? No, we do not have any weight that says 3 kgs. So to get 3 kgs, how can we get 3 kgs, children? 2 kgs plus 1 kg. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 kgs. So when we place both these 2 kg and 1 kg in one pan and the 3 kg watermelon in the other pan, their weights will be equal. Yes, to weigh a 3 kg watermelon, what are the weights that we need? We need 1 kg and 2 kg together. Understood? Now coming to question 2, 600 grams of tomatoes. What do we have to measure? We have to measure 600 grams of tomatoes. Now again, we do not have any weight that says 600 grams. Yes, but we have 500 grams and 100 gram. What do we have? We have 500 grams and 100 gram. When we add these two together, 500 plus 100, the total weight becomes 600 grams. So to measure 600 grams of tomatoes, what are the weights that we need, children? We need 100 gram and a 500 gram. So let us write here. What do we need? 500 grams plus 100 grams. Now next up we have 350 grams. Visit our website www.aimstoday.in for other information regarding online classes, quizzes, live worksheets, DIY activities, English classes and coding. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.